that are, as far as that part, is different. Because they said they go by state laws that govern what they do. So maybe looking at something different, you know, totally different.
We'll combine meetings, we'll do a combined meeting.
Police and HR on that meeting.
Okay.
If I could, please get fire involved in that meeting as well.
It affects them just as much too.
All the department heads.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly, because it's gonna affect everyone, so.
We'll have a ancillary meeting. Department heads included.
Because everybody's department's gonna be a little bit differently, it's gonna affect everyone's department, so.
Okay. Next thing on my agenda, you guys have in front of you from M&M Public Safety on our citywide camera system. Cost on that, and I double checked with Jamie about this, we can use the cost to cover this citywide camera system with ARPA money. The quote you have in front of you, that comes with a 10-year warranty for the cameras, which is almost unheard of for electronics, but it is covered for 10 years. Also, there's 2 pages, if you'll look at that. In this camera system, we'll kind of explain the camera system to you. We're looking at license plate readers that'll be stationed at different areas in town, coming into town and leaving city limits on both north, south, east, and west end. I just learned today also that this camera system comes with facial recognition. It's part of the program, which will be a huge help on the law enforcement side. The license plate reader, one of the big benefits is, let's say we do get a stolen vehicle or something, we can put this information into that license plate reader program, and the vehicle crosses one of the license plate readers, we're gonna know where the vehicle's at, or when it last crossed. Hopefully, within the next few months, mules will start getting tied into these systems, which will be a constant update for them on vehicles of interest. Anytime a vehicle of interest comes across the license plate reader, we'll be notified about it. Very useful tool for our street officers and help us in our investigation efforts, especially now knowing that we have facial recognition. That's going to be huge for us in identifying suspects.
This would also help us with our fireworks problem, wouldn't
It would help us with any.
Depends on where we have them set up. You know, right now this quote is for 12 additional cameras other than the license plate readers that'll be stationed at different areas throughout the city. A lot of that's going to be depending on where we get internet coverage and stuff, and where we can get that signal back to the PD. The second page for the $11,778. This is for the infrastructure and whatever to install, so where the cameras and stuff will talk back to the PD. So we can have them monitored and be able to record that sort of stuff and be able to pull information from this system. I've asked Mike McCannon, who is very instrumental in helping me put this quote together. As far as any questions about the technical side of this, you guys have any questions for him, he's available.
And this is a recommendation of the police committee that we do move forward with this, paying for it with the funds that we have available with our ARPA money.
We've worked on this throughout really the summer to come up with funds. Now we are. I'd like to say also that a lot of people remember earlier this fall, early in the football season, they had a shooting over in Crothersville, immediately following the football game over there. And their camera systems were instrumental in coming up with the suspect. They didn't arrest them that night, but they came up with the suspects within 3 or 4 hours of the shooting using this type of equipment.
It's all caught on camera. It means the suspect didn't know it, that photos pick up.
So I would like to make that in the form of a motion.
Okay. We have a motion. Can we have a second?
it? So it can, it's not an issue coming out of ARPA money.
No.
We have a decent, good way to use that money.
A long-term way.
Yes.
How easy would it be to add extra cameras to?
We can build on this system for years to come.
What are the cost of the extra cameras? per unit?
Well, like right now, on your sheet there, if you look, the outdoor bullet cameras, which those are the license plate readers, they're $1,800 a piece, almost $1,900 a piece. The fisheye cameras are $19.99. Keep in mind, these two don't like the internal modal or each one.
Well, that was gonna be my next question too. This 10-year warranty, I mean, I meant to ask you about the cellular chief, and I hate to put you on the spot, but this 10-year warranty, is this as a package, a package deal, or as we move forward, will that warranty, do you know if it will stay the same or how that will work?
So you can purchase it in different increments. You can do 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, or 10 year.
Okay.
Warranty packages on it.
All right.
This interest of it's going to be 10-year warranty.
Okay.
We can add to it, funds are available, we may be satisfied with what we have right now, I don't know. We can always move these cameras around if we get a camera that's not being productive or something. It seems like Aspark's been very good about moving cameras for us when we need to have them moved. We're not that hard.
Having a couple out of the parts, that would be.
What does that warranty cover? What does the warranty cover?
What's the warranty cover on this?
It covers the camera and installation.
So if it goes out, is it covering any labor to replace that?
That's the big deal with warranties nowadays. You get something warranty, but $1,000 it takes to install it, maybe it's a little different ballgame.
There's so many shoots that might be on the city. So that's just malfunction of the camera. So if you have something malfunction with the camera, then it would cover it.
Would the warranty cover any of the routers or anything?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we have a motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor?
All right.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries.
All right. Thank y'all. Thank y'all very much. I know it's a huge expense, but it's going to be a very good tool for us to use in our city. Very last thing I have is that with Lieutenant Moody passing away, he has some vacation days left. I think he has about 20 days left. Will it be okay on this payroll to pay those vacation days out?
And we discussed that earlier, and that's, we can get them, it's his income.
Yeah, we're good. Just
Yeah,
want to do that now.
Okay.
It'll be fine.
It's already, Brenda already knows what to do with it. Yes.
That works. All right. Unless you guys have any questions, that's all I have.
We do need a closed session meeting.
Yes,
Sorry,
sir.
Chief.
Yes.
We do need a closed session meeting. So,
Thank you.
Okay. Street Department.
Mayor, council members. Last week, we sent a couple of employees to the Missouri Common Ground Alliance. They put on stuff about why you should dig and call dig right before you dig and everything. It's a pretty good thing. It's very safety oriented. We have had the sweeper running pretty regular, and it's going to stay running for a while. We've got a lot of leaves around town. If your neighborhood's got a lot of leaves, be patient. We're trying to get there. But he can sweep for very little time before he has to go dump. So there's so many of them out there. So we're trying to get everywhere. The last thing for the street department is I just want to remind the council that our 916 loader is down, and we're really needing to get something done with that. The backhoe that we've got is just barely cutting it to take its place. That's all we've got for the street department. Well, one other thing about the loader we have, I've had Gerald get all the papers together from what we've used it for in the past year, and we're trying to get a feel of how much it's used for each project and try to see what we can do as far as where we can get money from it. But we're working on that right now. But it's not going to be all of it. We're still going to have money from somewhere else. I've talked with Mr. Hunter, and I'm going to start looking for used equipment, but not had a lot of luck in the past with used.
And it has estimate on getting it fixed.
Yeah, we're gonna look and see, we're gonna look to see what it'll cost to get this one fixed again, to have the engine rebuilt. I'm gonna say it's gonna be upwards of around 10,000 anyway.
The value of it was what, eight?
Yeah, right.
So we'll have more information at the next meeting, but we're still needing to get something done with that.
Can we even get parts for it?
Barely. Engine parts, yeah, you can, because that engine used quite a bit. We thought about trying to even find a newer used engine that was in a piece of equipment. Right now, there's not any out there. But we can get the parts, provided that the engine block is able to be rebuilt. I don't think that has sleeves in those cylinders. So if the cylinders are bad, we're most likely out of luck. We'd have to find another block for sure. But we've discussed, I'm gonna call and get prices for rebuilding it again, from Caterpillar. That's all we've got for Sweetwater.
I want everybody to listen closely to this. We have made our last payment on the VAC truck. So we're without those additional payments at the present time. I think that's pretty significant for us, the stormwater program. Really key.
I've been in touch with Smith and Company, they're the engineers that are looking at right acres and our drainage out there. They have done some preliminary work, but like everyone else, they're short-staffed and very busy, so he said now they've got a lot of things tied up or wound up, so they'll be able to put more effort into doing this, and hopefully in the next couple of weeks they'll be able to get out there and really get with it. So hopefully we'll have a plan on that by summer, so we can look at what we need to do out there as far as getting some drainage. The pipe out the industrial park pond, it was where the washout was, the truck was drove off in a few months ago. We pulled the old pipe out, put a new pipe in, replaced it, and it got that washout filled back up. We've got one more pipe out there to replace, and then we'll be doing pretty good out there at that pond. And we're gonna look at the airport pond, putting a pipe in out there and getting that done hopefully before too long. That's all we've got for